All right, we talk about the sense of urgency in conference games from game to game, and every game's going to have a different adventure. And we saw where we didn't show up that sense of urgency, I thought, in the first half, and allowed Florida to get a cushion lead, and then went up bigger even in the second half. Then shoot the ball well. We turned the ball over 12 times, I think. And so when you talk about inexperience versus experience, you saw that tonight on display. Had a very energetic crowd, good opponent. Defensive, they're good. But again, I talked about with so many new faces, and I think that's one of those bumps I talked about. We're gonna have some bumps throughout the year, and that was a bump, and so hopefully we can get over it and learn from it. And when you start off, you got to come out with great energy. We started off actually scoring inside early on, and Dan scored a couple of buckets, and then we kind of got away from it. And so I'll take the blame for that. We got to do better in terms of really continue to get him involved and move him around. But we got to get the ball to him, and quite frankly, we didn't shoot the ball well. We had open shots. We just didn't make it. I saw so many air balls. I don't know if it was nerves or what it was. Never seen so many air balls. But give our guys credit. They were down 16, and we had the ball with 20-some, 30-some seconds with an opportunity to tie or go ahead in the game. And had two shots. Mason shot a shot off balance, and Adriel had one there point blank. And so, but again, you're trying to climb that hill up, and you extend so much energy. Our bench, which I talked about being consistent. It's going to be, I think, a strong component of our basketball team. They did not score a point. They played hard, did not score a point tonight. And so when you have all those things take place, man, I tell you what, it's a kind of a mountain you got to climb, and we didn't get it done. So let's give Florida credit. They're a good defensive team. But for us to score 51 points at home, that's something we got to get better at.
Yeah, Mike Mason obviously had it going. What were you looking for coming out of that timeout in the final seconds when he drove?
Well, we actually wanted to try to get an attack to the basket. We had obviously Dan. We're trying to get the ball into Dan and attack where we get a foul or get a shot. And again, we got an off-balance shot, but we got the offensive rebound. And whether we go ahead and score that or kick it back out, now you got an opportunity to tie the game and maybe get an and one. And we had a point-blank shot. And so it just seemed like that's how it was all night tonight.
Yeah, outside of Mason, obviously nobody shot very well.
At all.
Yeah.
At all.
We have Florida, good defense team, but kind of you guys just have a lousy night, or what do you attribute that to?
I just thought, maybe it was the rhythm of the game. Their pressure kind of slowed the game down. We started off really attacking it, and I thought as the game went on, we didn't do a good job of really attacking it. And we got to the free throw line, didn't make free throws again. That comes back to haunt you, the free throws and the turnovers. But in the second half, I thought we played with a better sense of urgency. And we had a lot of almost plays, and we stopped them. They got a jump ball there. We had pressure defense, and then I thought fatigue was trying to work its way in there. But at the end of the day, they made free throws and made them going down the stretch. It was an ugly game, no question about that. And so, but I guess for them, you win ugly, that's a good thing.
What about Jones's performance overall, Mason Jones?
He carried us. I mean, he kept us in it. I thought he played with that sense of urgency, that passion you got to play with. Got to the free throw line 12 times. Again, played a lot of minutes tonight as well.
Mike, you guys have really struggled to score. You haven't gotten to 80 in several games now. What do you think's going on offensively? What do you got to do to get back to scoring the way you?
Well, I think number one is our defense, our intensity on defense, and the tempo of the game. I think we got to get into quicker shots. I don't think we're getting down the floor and getting the ball. Dan normally gets about 2 or 3 just offensive rebounds of guys shooting the basketball or getting Dan on the floor, going down the floor. So I think we're rebounding the basketball, but now we got to also be in a little more up tempo. I think that's what's got to take place. And we had open shots. I mean, that's no doubt about it. We had wide open shots. We just didn't knock them down.
Go ahead.
You guys, a lot of your turnovers were unforced, guys stepping out of bounds, just a little sloppy handling. And then defensively, I thought some of their free throws came off of them going away from the basket on the switches, guys just falling on them. How much was nervousness in the home opener in the SEC against a Florida team play into some of the mistakes that were made?
As I said, I had never seen so many air balls. So when you talk about the air balls, the counter turnovers, I mean, it was not characteristics of our team and how we were playing. Early on, you could see some of that. Even in the non-conference, that's what you saw. And I thought we had guys that kind of settled down, but evidently the nerves and you could see it really going. Some of these guys, the first time they played in front of that kind of audience, and so sometimes you do have nerves going. But as I say, I just think we're a much better basketball team than we put on display tonight.
And you shot 30% tonight, 37. You were able to overcome it today and now. But what do you think's going on with the shooting?
We just got to continue to work on getting good shots and have the right guys knocking the shots down. I think there's some shots that some are a little ill-advised, but at the same time, we got the guys that are shooting. I mean, you look at Isaiah Joe; he goes 2 for 10 tonight. That's one of those guys you normally would knock shots down, and we missed a lot of easy shots too. But you go on the flip side, they didn't make a whole lot of many shots as well. And so maybe it was a defensive struggle, I guess, or battle, what do you want to call it?
I asked Mike White this question, so I'll ask you. During this long semester break, when you have these guys to yourself and they spend a lot of extra time in the gym and you want to get a lot done, how do you balance maybe them working too much? Is there such a thing as too much basketball? I mean, can they overdo it?
Well, that can be, because even with our guys, we've been going since you think when those guys first came here. They've been going at it, and as a matter of fact, even during this period here, I've kind of tried to pull back and shorten our practices so we can save the energy, I think, for the games. I think you save the energy for the game. You tune up and you continue to get ready. But with the young team, you're still trying to teach. And in this particular game, I just thought in that first half, I thought we took a step backwards. I thought we came out with the right mindset, but then you could see as the game settled in, we were just kind of out of sync. I mean, we were making just uncharacteristic turnovers, shot clock going down. I mean, we're an up-tempo basketball team. So it's something we got to go and watch the film and see if we can get better. But there is a point when you talk about balancing that, and I think we try to do that. With so much time, we don't. When it came back from the Christmas break, we did 2 days. But after that, I think it's been practice has been like an hour, 15, 20 minutes.
Yeah, Coach Reggie only played 5 minutes tonight. Is he okay physically, or was it just?
Yeah, he was physically. Yeah, he was. He just got frustrated out there. You could see he was. And I just had a chance to visit with him. It just seemed like he was trying to make things happen, trying to go get it. Sometimes you can try to go get it offensively, and Reggie's an energy guy, and he's missed tonight. He was really missed tonight. He just didn't play well.
Hey, Mike, with Jordan Phelps, did you see that coming, or how'd that go down with his decision transfer?
No, just one of those deals that he just want to. Obviously the guy's had a couple of surgeries, and so he's kind of behind these other guys, and so he felt he needed a change.
Did that surprise you, or kind of come out of left field, or?
Nothing surprises me nowadays, Bob.
And then you had the great road win Saturday, then you lose at home, kind of cancels it out. Just how tough is that?
Well, that's the bump I talked about. With a young basketball team, sometimes I've been on them because I thought they were too giddy. What I mean by that is they were too happy. It's like every game, it's hey guys, just be humble, man. That's the next game going to be even tougher. Because Florida was coming off a loss, and I knew they were going to come in here and really get after our guys, and we just didn't match that intensity. And so as we get this one out the way, the next one's going to be even. You got a talented LSU team coming in here, so we got to regroup and get back to playing basketball where we're having fun.
Anything else?